So when the shoes is on the other foot, it's bruising you. My granny said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. As the former vice president is now stripped of her security detail and President Trump has laid the hammer down. Yeah, greetings and salutations. Right now, there are liberal tears flooding the internet because the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has stripped the former Vice President, Kamala Harris, of her security services. Detail, ladies and gentlemen, August 29, 2025. More liberal tears. Listen and you will hear. President Donald Trump revoked the extended security service protection of former Vice President Kamala Harris effective September 1st, 2025. By law, the former Vice President received protection for 6 months after leaving office, a period that has ended for Harris since July 2025. How did she get more security? Well, crooked Joe Biden had signed in undisclosed executive memorandum extending her security service detail for an additional year in January of 2025. A whole heap of auto pen was working. The auto pen was working overtime. On Thursday, August 28, the President of the United States, Trump's White House, issued a memorandum to the Secretary of Homeland Security, directing a termination of all security-related procedures providing authorities by the executive memorandum beyond those required by law for Harris. Good riddance. Wipe out all her privilege. A White House official speaking anonymously stated that recent threat assessment did not find any credible threats to justify extending Harris's protection beyond standard 6 months period. And if anybody threaten her, it's going to be a loony liberal, a LL. You listen to me? We're not doing Mrs. Harris nothing. We're not doing the VP nothing. And when I say we are talking about American citizens because we're proud of what she has done and all her accomplishment. The move to cancel her detail comes shortly before Harris' schedule to begin a multi-city book tour for her memoir, 107 Days, about her unsuccessful 2024 presidential campaign. First of all, don't nobody want to hear about a losing campaign, okay? And this multi-city book tour is another money grab. She got 1.5 billion and still lost. You hear me? 1.5 billions. She bought all the celebrities, white and black, in Hollywood and still lost. They hid her for 107 days left because they knew that she couldn't even finish a sentence properly. This action following Trump's early decision in March 2025 to revoke the security service detail for crooked Joe Biden's children, crooked Hunter Biden and Ashley Biden. The decision drew strong criticism from Democrats, California Governor Gavin Newsom. Yes, remember, the devil is a Democrat. And Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass both characterized the move as act of political retaliation, with Bass stating it puts former Vice President child in danger. Former Vice President in danger, Now, under federal law, the security detail that she was given is only to be extended 6 months. Joe Biden, for his futuristic vision, could see a futuristic threat, so he extended it for a year. Now, under this federal law, the Secretary of Homeland Security has the authority to approve temporary extension of protection, right, for a former vice president in warranted by information or condition. However, the president has the authority to end such extension, unlike former presidents who are entitled to a lifetime of service, security service protection. Former vice president do not guarantee the same. So liberals, lefts, the blue team, the Democrats, don't go out there, go have any false flag and try to fake anything so you can give our security detail, because that's the only thing you can try. Because Republicans are not loony. Republicans are not going to do Miss Harris anything. We appreciate when she run, because we guarantee she's going to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deep Roots TV. Yeah, your favorite Jamaican. I'm keeping up with the U.S. news. I'm currently in Florida right now. My number is on the screen in the lower right-hand corner. Give me a call on WhatsApp. If you're seeing this on YouTube, give me a follow. Subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. Leave your comment. Let me know if what's good for the goose is good for the gander. As President Trump has laid down the hammer on Kamala Harris, removing her security detail and making sure that she know who is boss, and the liberals are crying. She have enough money left over from her campaign, $1.5 billion, to hire security for going on her book tour, because she's going to make money. Leave your comment on this one. Let me know if you think that President Trump is right to use his authority to end this sham of security detail that the VP, the former Vice President Harris, is using the taxpayer money to provide, because she have enough money. She and Dougie have enough money where they could pay for their own security detail. And it's not like President Trump is denying her of something that she is authorized. It's authorized for her to get it until July, and right now it's August. And he might cut it off September. Remember. Boo, boo, boo. When you were talking about stripping the president of his security service, remember this video? When you were talking of stripping the president of his security service, no one on the Democrat side were crying and saying that's wrong, right? And it's the president. He's due this protection for life. Listen to this, people, and let me know what you think.
New bill proposed by the Democratic congressman from the state of Mississippi, Benny Thompson, would strip Secret Service protection for anyone sentenced to jail for a felony. The, quote, disgraced Former Protectees Act is intended, you might think, as a not-so-subtle jab as former President Donald Trump, who, as we all know, is in court facing felony charges this week. But consider this. If it ever got to President Biden's desk, do you think he would sign it? You know who also received Secret Service protection? You know who also is facing felony charges? Hunter Biden.
No, it's unbelievable that the ranking leader on Homeland Security Committee introduced a bill to take away President Trump's Secret Service protection. We've seen 2 assassination attempts in the last 2 months on President Trump's life. Benny Thompson has refused to pull that bill. His co-sponsors have refused to take in their names off of that bill. With the rhetoric that we've seen come from Democrats, come from the media towards President Trump, and then to have an actual, leader in the Democrat Party have a bill in place to take away his Secret Service protection. At the same time, we're trying to increase it is appalling. So, yes, I think he should be censored.
Good morning, Chairman. It is a pleasure to have you. The Washington Post headline screams, if Trump is convicted, Secret Service protection may be obstacle to imprisonment. I thank you for your legislation. I have been saying for some time that any former president or federal official who has this type of protection and some of the other benefits of being a former member of office, all of that should go away. All of it, all the privileges, all the briefings, all the access should go away.
It's really simple. The average man or woman on the street assumes that when you break the law, if there are some benefits that you are receiving before you are convicted, you lose those benefits. As you know, all former presidents receive Secret Service protection. So that's a given.
Wow. Wow. As you see, they're introducing a bill to strip the president from having security detail, which he's authorized to have for life. And they're crying because the president ends an extended security service detail for Kamala Harris that Joe Biden auto-penned because he didn't sign anything. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the hypocrisy. Well, my grandmother always say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You never love it when the shoe is on the other foot. Now it's squeezing your corn. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you think President Trump is doing right by cutting off the extended Secret Service security that Joe Biden auto-penned for the former vice president that's not authorized to have security detail beyond 6 months. Leave your comment.
Fire,